Hi, I'm Hadari P.T. Brown. Recently, I heard President Barack Obama have a town hall meeting with LinkedIn. At this town hall meeting, the president went on his usual stomp that he's been giving about the Jobs Act. The reality is, as I told everyone once before, I like the Jobs Act. But the truth of the matter is, don't fool yourself. I'm tired of President Obama and many of his supporters saying the Jobs Act is not about him getting reelected. Okay, that's halfway false. The Jobs Act is so much tied to President Barack Obama getting reelected, just as much as it's tied to putting people back to work temporarily, because these jobs will not be here forever. They're only a temporary fix to our problems economically. So don't fool ourselves thinking that these jobs will be here in 2015, 2016. The reality is every economics says that this Jobs Act will put people back to work in 2012 and 2013, but starting in 2000, will put people back to work in 2012, but by 2013, 14, and 15, it is unknown on what the impact of the Jobs Act will have, if any. Which brings me back to the stimulus package, better known as the Economic Recovery Act, which was passed in 2009 when President Obama was sworn into office along with that Democratic wave. And remember, those jobs were promised and all in a puzzle fix the economy and kept unemployment below 8%. Never happened. In fact, many of the jobs that we're seeing today because of unemployment, the jobs that were lost, as a direct result of what we saw because of the Economic Recovery Act. Many people lost their jobs as soon as that money ran out. Many states had to lay off teachers. Many school districts and everything else had to lay off teachers. Just think about it. In 2009, if we would have passed the Economic Recovery Act without some of the horrendous things that was in there, that were basically pet projects and wasting government money, if we would have just applied those dollars toward what we're facing today, toward more construction work, toward more building, renewing schools, building new schools, toward those type of things, then maybe our economy will not be as bad off as it is today. But don't fool yourself and think that President Obama is not in campaign mode. As he has mentioned steadily before, we are 14 months away from election. Why is he mentioning that? Because he knows in 14 months he's looking to get reelected, which is why he's going to his liberal base from the Congressional Black Caucus, where he fired them up this weekend and said, just keep fighting, don't complain, fight on. We've been through rough times, but what we've done is fight and fight on. Let's be real. Those who stood in that crowd were so fired up, they were ready to go out and vote and beat anybody up who thought otherwise. Don't be fooled, people. President Barack Obama is doing his job. I commend him. He's a dynamic speaker. Better than me and better than many others. But I'm not fooled for a second to think that President Barack Obama is not in campaign mode. He's been campaigning for the longest. So as he continues to campaign, I commend him for it. I hope the Jobs Act does pass and put people back to work, but I'm not fooled. Once he's reelected again, our unemployment will probably be the same. Why? Because this is only a temporary solution to the long-term problems that plague us. So, President Barack Obama and Congress, is they really sincere about putting people back to work? This is the short-term plan. What's the long-term plan to put people back to work and get our economy working again? That's the question that many of us need to ask ourselves today. I'm Hadari P.T. Brown, and this is my perspective.